Welcome to Philosopher Puppet Pals, Nietzsche.
We begin our tale in Naumburg, Germany, 1844. Ah, there he is, our little Nietzsche. Our young fellow has lost his father, but his mother raised him. He did not like his mother. He did not like his sister, but he did like academics. During his early years, Nietzsche attended a private school known as the Dom Gymnasium and a very prestigious Protestant school known as the Philosopher. He excelled at his studies, and when he became older, he was enrolled in the University of Leipzig and was briefly in the military until he seriously injured his chest while attempting to mount a horse. He quickly returned to the university where he met the composer Wagner, who would be his close friend for years.
But then, he became my enemy!
After graduating, he became a professor of philology at the University of Basel in 1869. At age 25, he was one of the youngest professors there. For some reason, during the Franco-German War, he decided to take another try at military work, this time as a medical orderly. He quickly contracted both dysentery and diphtheria and returned to his teaching post and began writing the works which would make him a prominent figure in modern and postmodern philosophy. Here we can look at a comprehensive timeline of his writings.
What's that?
Two prime examples of his literature are his works Thus Spoke Zarathustra and Truth and Lies.
Wait!
But don't you want story time?
Only if I can pick.
All right. And now, Nietzsche's story time.
Is it not night continually closing in on us? Do we not need to fight lanterns in the morning? Do we hear nothing as yet of the noise of the grave diggers who are burying God? Do we smell nothing as yet of the divine decomposition? God's too decomposed. God is dead. God remains dead. And we have killed him.
Oh, no. What he means is that God is a social construct, designed by man and will eventually be reconstructed by man. Don't worry, we'll replace God with culture. Is Google not already our overlord?
Fine, we'll read a different one. Perhaps you can understand this one. Man is something that shall be overcome. Man is a rope, tied between beast and overman. A rope over an abyss. What is great in man is that he is a bridge and not an end.
Stop. What he's getting at is that man must overcome himself to be the fullest version of himself. The man that can overcome his circumstances and limitations becomes an Ubermensch.
Fine. We shall pick another good one. What men avoid by excluding the liar is not so much as being defrauded, as it is being harmed by the means of fraud. Thus, even at this stage, what they hate is basically of deception itself, but rather the unpleasant, hated consequences of certain sorts of deception.
Oh, Nietzsche. Humanity does not hate lies, but they hate what lies can do to them. Lies can have powerful and harmful outcomes. Therefore, humans hate the result of being deceived, not the deception itself. Perhaps you should move back to your life. In 1878, Nietzsche and Wagner had their bestie breakup and became ideological enemies. It was at this point of his life that his health took yet another turn for the worse. It became so bad that he resigned his professorship in 1879. It was during the winter of 1889 that Nietzsche finally snapped. He was walking the streets of Turin, Italy, when he saw a horse being viciously beaten by his owner.
Enjoy a healthy dose of prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
I understand you!
And promptly collapsed in the street. Must have been quite the odd moment for the horse's owner. Needless to say, this was the beginning of the complete destruction of his sanity. After a stay in an asylum in Basel, the very town where he had been a prodigy of a professor, he was transferred to the care of his mother once again. Interesting how life came full circle. Well, his mother was older at this point, so she soon died. This left the duty of caring for the once prolific professor to his sister Elizabeth. Elizabeth began the work of getting Nietzsche's writings published, since many of them he was unable to publish before he lost it. Except that she was an opportunist and an anti-Semitist follower of Adolf Hitler. She added her own words and beliefs into his works to support her corrupt beliefs. misleading generations of scholars, and forever linking Nietzsche's name with Hitler. Poor Nietzsche was against Hitler's ideals, but was unable to stop her due to his insanity. Besides being linked to anti-Semitism, another criticism of his theory comes from the people he targeted. Christians would argue that parts of his theory are irreconcilable with reality, in that God is real, and the values Christianity promotes do not weaken a person, but create a better one. Preposterous! Anyways, after years of fighting physical and intense mental illness, Nietzsche's body couldn't keep going. He died in the year 1900 from a combination of dominant tertiary syphilis, degenerated cerebral blood vessels, and retroorbital meningioma, a brain tumor behind the right eye. His ideas, however, live on.
They do?
They do. People regularly say, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," a quote derived from your idea of self-overcoming. People are deciding to follow their dreams and create their own person, despite societal or traditional limitations. There is also a radical rise of atheists.
Oh, good. I can now rest in peace. Ah!
This concludes Philosopher Puppet Pals.